Have you ever had a moment or scare in your life which makes you glad you're living today? I had my moment when I was about 8 years old. It all started with my brother Charles and I were waiting outside the school for mom to pick us up, and she took a little bit longer than usual because she had work and had some paperwork to go over, and so we were just waiting outside the school. And me and my brother were athletes and we played sports, and we had a baseball game that afternoon, and we still had to go home to pick up our equipment. So we urged her to hurry up when she finally got there, and she kind of sped up a little bit more than usual, and so we were in good hands. We were going to make it. And about 10 minutes into the ride, we heard the sound. It sounded like someone was going to break off, and we continued to ignore it because we were in a rush. We had to be somewhere, and so we just pretty much ignored it. And we got close to home and approached this very steep hill, and so we were going up it. Our mom had to speed up to get up it, and we got down it, and she tried to press on the brakes, and the worst happened. They didn't work, but she didn't let us know. She then tried the emergency brake. Worse again. It stopped working. Nothing worked. And she looked at us both with fear in her eyes, and we could tell something was wrong. And she finally said, the brakes stopped working. And me and my brother, we looked at each other, and we started crying pretty much because we have no clue what's going on. We don't know what to do. We're going down this hill about 50 to 60 miles per hour in a neighborhood that's 15 to 20 miles per hour, to put it in perspective. And we thought it was going to be the end. We're going to crash into something and it'd just be the end. And so we're getting down this hill, flying by house, and we see the end. And we see this steep ditch, like probably about 20 foot long, or 20 feet deep, And we're just, we're gonna die. I don't know what's gonna happen to me. And so luckily my mom, she was able to regain her consciousness, and she saw a light pole, and luckily she had the great idea of thinking it could support us enough to hit it, and so we did. And we hit it probably going 50 to 60 miles per hour, and luckily it didn't fall over. But immediately I fell unconscious. I couldn't remember the first minute, but I think my brother was alright. He immediately got out of the car, and immediately when I regained consciousness, I saw him outside, and I immediately ran out because this light pole could have fell down on us. I didn't know. And I ran out. I saw my mom was still in the car. She had her head over the steering wheel. We didn't know what was going on, so immediately my brother and I were like, we gotta help her. So we opened up the door, got rid of her seatbelt, and pulled her out. She was dizzy. She could barely walk. And then we could see probably about 10 cars outside looking at us, making sure we were alright. And immediately, there was about 5 cops and an ambulance already there by the time I pretty much woke up. It just happened so fast. And they took my mom, and they took me and made sure I was alright. No harm was to me, luckily. But for my mom, she had only suffered a concussion, luckily, and nothing else. And my brother was pretty much safe. And after that, I looked at the ditch, and who knows what could have happened if I would have fell in it, if that light pole wasn't there. There's a lot of what ifs, and I always look back to that. And I pretty much cherish everything in my life because, if I were to land in that ditch, who knows where I'd be today. I possibly could be dead. And so I pretty much try to cherish every day and pretty much be grateful for whatever I have, no matter what. And that is my story. I thank you guys, and I'm excited to hear what all of you guys have to say.